we had miraculously escaped from Pt2, the major city of Biafra, but many died under the guns of Brigadier Benjamin Adekunle, the Black Scorpion, and Adakaboro, Major Adakaboro, his deputy. And we eventually returned to my village, Oba. Biafra was so very well organized, you couldn't just move in and move back home. You had to stay in a camp, and then the civil defense and the security agencies will have to check and make sure that you were there for the right purpose. So we got back to life in the village. For us children, it was as usual, a holiday. We didn't know what the civil war, the Nigerian-Biafra war was about. We were just playing. There was very little schooling, but we registered. We were registered again in the central school, Oba. And there were bomb blasts. We heard gunshots all the time. And Onitsha was occasionally threatened, which was the nearest big city to us. And we could feel, we could feel we had started to learn the sound of gunfire and to decipher the different types of guns, the different types of bullets. We knew which one was a rocket and which one was bomb. And then the Nigerian aircraft with Egyptian pilots were all over the air, bombing and strafing civilians, and again bombing farmlands, making sure that we didn't go to the farm, and we were facing a blockade, land and sea blockade. So food was coming in short supply, especially meat, fish, and we had to go fishing. I had to go fishing with my father. And early in the mornings, we would also go to the farm and we will go hunting. And in the evenings, we will go to get some specific herbs that served as mosquito repellents. At least they were said to serve as mosquito repellents, because we were thoroughly bitten by mosquitoes even when we had these herbs all over the place. Then a new delicacy came up, that was lizard. And we started to eat lizards and rats because there was no other meat. There was hardly any other thing. I understand vultures were eaten too. Snakes were eaten. And we did catch one or two snakes, and I remember the delicacy. It was a bit strange at first, but well, you had to eat something or you die. I became an expert of catching lizards. You see, I have to teach you how to catch a lizard, though I know you have no need for it, but I was a little child, very little child. But I had learned to catch a lizard. There was a room that was hardly used in my house. It was full of lizards, perching on the walls. They had, over the years that the house was unused, made it their home. So they kind of mapped the wall. So what you did was, you came near the lizards because they slept very close to each other. So to catch a lizard, you must make sure that it does not alert the others, which means it does not move. So you held it by the neck and you broke the neck with one swift movement. Once you broke the neck, it couldn't move anymore. And you took it out, you pulled it out, you didn't drag it. Because if you dragged it, it would then alert the others. So I could catch up to 20 lizards in a night if I was careful. I could. I caught a lot of lizards, and I became the hunter of the family. And these lizards were then fried or boiled. The boiled ones were not particularly delicious. Then you crunched through them, and the sound of broken lizard bones was also part of the fun then. And well, then my father was transferred to our mama, because our mama had become an important city for Biafra. It was a city, an administrative center, near to Olu. And it was also a place for the rehabilitation of the Kwashiorkor children. This terrible disease that came from malnutrition had just taken root and caused havoc in the land. A lot of children who were orphaned could not get food because their parents were dead or wounded in war or by air raid. And then this was a terrible disease, malnutrition. And the stomach grew like that of a pregnant baby. And then the anus was red, and the child demarcated to